Let's make a plant-based peach quick bread. Welcome back to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and we are ready to jump into making this delicious peach quick bread just in time for the end of our peach season here in North Carolina. So we're going to start with our batter, which is, we're going to start with 2 cups of organic rolled oats. Oops, I'm making a little bit of a mess here. That we are going to grind into a flour. And it doesn't need to be a really fine flour, just kind of a loose flour, which takes only, 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, and one tip about your oat flour, you don't want to grind it too fine because it's already a pretty heavy bread because it's whole food ingredients. We're not using refined flours or sugars that keep a cake like this or a bread like this really light and fluffy. So if you grind your flour too fine, it'll just increase the denseness of the cake and it won't cook through very well in the middle. All right, so then we have a teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 tablespoons of flax meal. You're going to get that flax meal in there, all those good omega-3s that are so good for you. All right, now you're just going to mix this together a little bit just to get the baking soda and baking powder incorporated. All right, now onto our wet ingredients. We're just going to use our same container here. So you're going to need 3 peaches overall. Roughly about 600 grams of peaches or 1.5 pounds of peaches. So 2 peaches you're going to cut just like this, just chop them up. And 1 peach, half of it you're going to dice into small pieces like this. And half of it you're going to slice pretty thin little slices like this because that's what we're going to decorate the top with. But you're going to set the sliced ones aside for now. That's the last step. But we are going to use the big chunk of peaches. Back into the blender we go. 1/2 cup of Deglette dates. A tablespoon of lemon juice. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're just going to blend this up until it's a really smooth paste. All right, there we go. Now we're just going to pour that into the dry mixture. Make sure we get all of that out of there, because this is what's going to give you that really good peach flavor. Essentially, this is like a banana bread, but it's just using peaches instead for the flavor. And then you're going to take your diced peaches, throw them in there. That's going to give you a nice little chunks of peaches when you're eating. Just so delicious. We're going to stir it up really well. And I have 2 other peach recipes if you're really gung-ho about peach season. I've got a peach tart and a peach cobbler, and we'll give you a link to those along with the link for the printable recipe in the details below. All right, mix that up really good. And my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Now I'm going to grab my bread pan and then I'll show you how to decorate the top with those peaches. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. Plus, Complement is completely transparent about ingredient sourcing and third-party testing, publishing the results directly on their website. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, I've got my bread pan here. This is just a standard loaf size. This is a silicone pan, but if you're using like a glass or a metal pan, you'll want to line it with parchment paper just so it doesn't stick. All right, into the pan we go. You can see those the lemon juice and the baking soda and baking powder already working. It's really nice and fluffy. But the bread, when it's done itself, is actually, it's pretty dense. So that fluffiness doesn't stay quite like this. All right. And you want to smooth out the top of your bread just so it looks nicer. Okay. And now we're going to decorate this guy with these beautiful peaches, because it would be a shame not to showcase these gorgeous, that color, that red blush color. So I'm just going to take them right across the top. You can do this whatever way you want to do it, but I like to layer them kind of like that so you can see them. So you can see that red color. Okay. Just keep going until you're at the end. Oops, I'm going to take that out. And then one just on the end there. Look at that. Gorgeous, right? Okay, so now we're going to stick this into the oven for 55 minutes. Okay guys, it's out of the oven. Come on in and take a look. I wish you had smell-o-vision because this smells so good. I'm gonna let this cool for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes maybe, and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. It's my favorite time of the day. Let's cut into this guy. It's still nice and warm. Oh yeah, look at that. You can see the little chunks of peaches in there. Tastes great just like this. But my favorite way to eat it is lightly toast it and put a little bit of nut butter on there. Even better. You're gonna love it. Come on back next week and I'll have another great recipe for you.